What up? Welcome back to the channel. I'm J. We are locked in. This is episode 9 of the Underground Railroad, Indiana Winter. Now, we know last episode, Cora, she kind of got in her feelings. She had a little bit of animosity towards Royal, but at the end, she snapped to it because she realized, man, this is all we got. This is the best situation that I've had in a long time, so I need to get with the program and make the best of it. So before we get into this episode, you know what we got to do, and I know y'all know what I'm going to say. Shout out to the notification gang. If you're new to the channel, you want to be a part of this, hit the subscribe button, turn on your notification bell so you get something every time I upload. Hit that like button. It's the easiest thing you could do. Now, this is the Indiana winter. I'm from the Midwest, Kansas City to be exact, and I know how these winters get. So make sure you have on a coat, some gloves, a scully, everything you can get, because we're going to be here, and you already know it's about to be some tough times. So I'm not going to hold you up. Let's jump into it. This is episode 9, Indiana Winter, the Underground Railroad. We all know Ridgeway is back at home in Tennessee, and Ridgeway Sr., he's in the bed. We don't know if he took his last breath. We don't know if he's just in a coma, if he's in or out or what's going on, but we do know Homer saved Ridgeway from Mac. Shot right in the chest. All over some whiskey, but Ridgeway's back at home, and we know he ain't letting Cora get away that easily. You can see Ridgeway taking his father outside to the barn. Now, it does look like Ridgeway Sr., rest his soul, he did pass, and Ridgeway is doing the only thing he knows, and he's going to cremate the body. Instead of burying it next to his mom, he's going to cremate the body actually where they were making the metal link set. So, hey, there's a ruthless man here, Ridgeway. Cora, girl, please stay safe. We have Miss Cora out in Indiana, sitting in the sun, looking all good. Look at that melanin in that skin. Nothing better than it, people. But she's sitting out there in the sun, soaking it up, messing with her okra. Because this is her little comfort thing. You know how some people got the squeezy ball to relieve stress? For her, it's messing with the little okra. She's sitting out in the sun, and what does she see over there? She looks over there and she sees a group of young black people come over, and the lady comes up and is like, "Oh, Miss Cora, I heard so much about you." Now, Cora is kind of a celebrity on this Underground Railroad because she's been through it all. She's been from Georgia all the way up. So anybody that's been on the track this long, you're kind of like, hey, you're an OG. That's why Royal wanted her to come on the road and help her, because she knows the roads. I won't say she knows the train better than everybody else, but she's been there before, and she knows these little towns that they could stop in. Then we get to see young Ellis. And young Ellis is married. Well, he's getting married to the lady here, and he's talking about, I'm going to move out west because I'm hearing there's a way bigger opportunity for black folk. Now, that is true. They get treated a little bit better, but if you watch them is what comes after this into like the 1930s, 40s, and 50s. This is like the late 1800s, but you get the picture. Cora and Royal, they get to talking. Now, I told you at the beginning of the episode, it seems like Cora, she's starting to see the light, and she's coming to, hey, this is my reality. This is what I have to live with. Make the best of it. Now, she goes over to Royal, and she's saying she never felt like this in a while towards somebody else. Because, you know, her heart was for Caesar, but Caesar is, unfortunately, he's not here. And Royal, he starts apologizing, saying, I know I shouldn't have left like that without telling you. My whole thing about this situation is, Royal, you did everything you were supposed to do. You asked her, did she want you to go? She told you to go do what you needed to do. I don't think that you needed to apologize. You saved this woman's life. You put this woman in a better situation. She should be the one apologizing to you for all opportunities and everything you gave to her. But that's neither here or there. They squashed this little tension that they had in between each other, and they both understand, hey, we might just be perfect for each other. It may be a rough start, but we actually are made for each other. And Cora says, I know what I need to do. What she decides to do is go into the little, I don't know if it's actual church or it's just their little meeting hall that they have, but she goes in here and she says to all the people, my name is Cora. I know all of you may know who I am by now. You may have heard my story, but I want to finally tell my testimony here in Indiana. Now, I don't know if this is a setup because you got to give your testimony before you can get on that train. But she said, I want to be a part of this community. I want to join this and move forward, take my job seriously and actually help out the community. And if I can, help with the railroad and everything. But something else pops up. Mingo steps up and he says, wait a minute, but she's a fugitive, a murderer. She's a runaway. We can't have this on our property. And then you start hearing other people say like Like there ain't other runaways and fugitives here. We all a little dirty, but we had to do what we had to do to get up out of here. Now Mingo, on the other hand, he's thinking business. We know that he's into it with the white folk. He's trying to make sure that money is good. He's trying to make sure that this community stays thriving. Everyone starts telling Mingo, look, we know that there's some runaways. We know that people did what they had to do to get out of there. But this community, it is from all of us. You're not in charge of this. And then you got Royal in the back. He's like, yeah, we're all voting on this. We want Cora to stay, and we want more blacks to come up here and stay. We want to build our community to make it as big as possible and as strong as possible. Because, you know, the more dollars that come into a community, the stronger it is. That's what happened to Black Wall Street. It was too much money down there. But in the beginning stages like this is what you need. You need to be able to expand, and expand. But one thing we do know, all that expanding don't mean nothing when Ridgeway and Homer come into your town, because Ridgeway and Homer, they are there for business and business only. And we are looking for a runaway by the name of Cora. Ridgeway goes in and talks directly to the judge. Little Homer has the wanted poster. Boom. Gives it to the judge. Now the judge says, okay, you have a runaway, but you're not going to be able to get anybody on this land without a warrant and the deed to show that somebody actually owns this property. That's the only way he'll be able to write something up. And then he almost makes a mistake and says, plus, you're not going to be able to go over there with them black folk there because they might shoot you between your ears. That means in the head, people. Between the ears, in the head. And Ridgeway's like, what? Where's this place you're talking about? But the judge does tell him, if you can get the deed showing that you own this property, then hey, I can write you up. You know what I'm saying? I can write you up to go over there. But you're not getting you're not getting on that property without my permission and a warrant saying that this lady is a murderer and a deed saying that somebody owns her. It's a day of celebration. We got the young whippersnappers versus the OGs. Now what they're doing here is they collected and harvested all the corn that they could. Now the competition is 2 pounds of corn. You got the young people, the whippersnappers, versus the old people. Now the winner gets y'all, some homemade pie. Now how to win this is there's some red corn in there. Whoever finds the red corn, they win this. Let's get ready. On your mark, get set. Y'all boys get to digging. It don't take much to have fun. They don't need no Instagram. They don't need Twitter. They don't need YouTube. They don't need the club. They don't need none of that. All we need is a couple ears of corn, some good violin playing, and all of the community to have a good time. Now, we see that they're moving around with a piece of corn because, you know, they want to make it exciting. So they're going to actually give it to one of the kids so they can win. Even Mingo, even though we know Mingo was the Uncle Tom in the in the building, we don't want him here. He even wins, you know what I'm saying? He's out here celebrating. He drinking the wine out the jug. I'm talking about having a good old time. Lights up his pipe. This is what it's all about, the community. This is what they mean. It takes a community to raise somebody because everybody here is together. We all work together. We all live together. We all live together and grow. Then we have an overview of everyone in the community, and they're all just looking at the camera. I guess this is signifying the solidarity that they have in the community. It's just showing all the black folk, and it's showing that, hey, everyone may be different, but we all have the same struggle, and we are all here, and we made it through everything that we're going through. Because this is really the end goal. You want to make it to Indiana. You want to make it to places in the north where blacks have their own community, where they're able to work and live without being harassed by the white people. As the night starts to wind down, the violins start to slow down. A little less wine sipping, the wine starts kicking, and y'all know what that leads to. I don't see nothing wrong. They should have had me singing some love songs for them during this scene. Now, the adults are about to get to do adult things, so we're not going to talk about this too much. You guys can use your imagination. But one thing we will point out is that once she takes off her blouse, she's exposing her whole body to him now. And we know that she has whip marks on her back. So he's getting to feel all of this, and he's seeing how it was for her and what she came through from Georgia. It's time to send young Ellis off and his fiance off to the west. Now, everyone's outside. They help pack them up. They had their celebration last night. They're going away. And Cora's out there. Ellis is like, man, I spent all of my life up on the ground. We know he was on that train working hard. Now, it's good to see that these young couple, they're making it. I hope they actually make it to California, wherever they're going. And they're just seeing them off. Now things may be going good over on this little Valentine, this little Valentine land where they working and living, but Ridgeway and Homer, they about business. Homer went to go give a telegram. Now he goes up there, telegram. The guy's like, what? He's like, telegram, sir. And he puts down some of that metal, you know what I'm saying? Them coins. He's like, get this sent out. And he looks and he's like, oh, this is good money. Okay, I got you. Now Ridgeway, he's having dreams. We know he has a lot on his mind. His father passed, but his biggest goal is to catch Cora and Cora's mama. So he's having a dream that he's actually back in the railroad, the Underground Railroad, and he sees a train and it starts chasing him. And pretty much what this is signifying is, hey man, leave the Underground Railroad alone, man, because they gonna come after you. As much as you come after them, they may eventually turn and come after you. Like I was saying, Mingo, he's tied in with these white folk. Mingo, he's negotiating deals. He's trying to make stuff happen. So he's actually having a sit down with some of the head white people in town. And they're saying, hey, you guys can do all this with the wine. We can get this much. And Mingo's like, yeah, we can do that. But Mingo starts to get cocky. Now, I won't say it's cocky because this is the truth. This is what's really going on. But he tells them, yeah, you can come over to the, to Valentine and see our operation yourself if you want to invest this money, because there's a whole bunch of black folk and we civilized and we can run our place just as good as white people. So this is one thing that made his cockiness and confidence may come back and bite him in the butt. See, even the judge is like, I understand you guys got this going on, Mingo, because they got their little deal with the judge too. We bring you the wine, you make sure don't nobody come and get us. But he's telling them, hey, we know you can work, but you can't throw that in the white people's face like that. Now, if they start feeling that you guys are making too much money over there, whether there's law or not, these white folk gonna turn on you quick. And it's going to be hard for me as a judge to stop them because, hey, if they go over there on their own as a little mob, then there's nothing I can do. Now, legally, I can stop them from doing certain things. But if they just come over there, then it's nothing the judge is going to be able to do. And he's trying to tell Mingo, calm your ass down, boy. So we see Mingo goes back home. We see everyone working because at this point, everything is fine. Young Ella's got shipped off. Everyone has their job. They haven't brought in any new slaves or any runaways or anything. And Mingo's just trying to keep the books right, because he's trying to expand the community, but he wants to do it the legit way. He does know that these people are runaways and fugitives and stuff, but at this point, he just wants to take all of the free people and expand. Now, I understand why he's doing that, because once you start getting all different types of folk in there, they're normally all good, but from the white person's perspective, no, we don't want them here. Those are the black folk. Royal and Cora, they're still having to talk. Royal's trying to convince her, hey, you're up here. You're not a random no more. You're free. It's too much distance between Georgia and here. But Cora's telling them, you don't know Ridgeway. He lost my mama and now he lost me. There's no way he's giving up on searching for me. And there's no way for me to prove that I'm free. I'm just a runaway from Georgia. Now, I can see both sides. Like, you're all the way up in Indiana. It's rare that people were chased all the way up north like that. But some reason Ridgeway is not giving up. He's very persistent at getting her and trying to get her mama still. The $1 million question: what good is a special farm and freedom if only special people can till it? And that makes a lot of sense. What's the point of having this freedom farm if only certain blacks can till it? We should be able to accept all black folk up here, and that's what Cora wants to know. Ridgeway's been in this town for a week, and he went to the telegram place and like, boom, boom, boom. Hey, man, check for my telegram. I've been here for a week. I could have rolled back to Georgia and got back here with my own deed. Why isn't there a telegram here for me? And the guy's like, man, I've been checking. Chill. And Ridgeway ain't playing that. I've been here for a week and you ain't did your job. Oh, man, this is going to be bad for any black folk that get in Ridgeway way. So, Cora, hey, stay low, keep your head down, and don't say nothing. Homer sees the judge in the street. Hey, boss, come on. So he gets Ridgeway. They go out there. Ridgeway goes over to the judge. He taps him on the shoulder. Hey, judge, since I'm a part of the law just like you are, I need that warrant. And the judge says, whoa. He turns around and looks at him like, who are you, the sheriff? And this little nigger helper is your deputy? No. You come here with your hand scribbled paper and think you about to just come in here and do whatever you want? It won't happen here. So y'all can get the hell up out my face with all this nonsense that you talk about Ridgeway, because it ain't happening here in Indiana. The judge is standing up for his community. Now that's what I'm talking about. Damn, he called Homer a little nigger helper. We see Mingo writing up some contracts with just a little candle in a fireplace behind him. Now, Mingo seems like he's the businessman for Valentine. And then we know John is the face. John is like the elder that everyone looks up to. Now, him and Mingo, they say that they're the same, but Mingo says, no, we're not the same. I'm darker than you. People look at you and they could never believe you were in chains. Now, they look at me and they could never believe that I'm a free man. Now, John wants to know, hey, man, look, there's more land out there. Why do you keep trying to negotiate with these crackers? We need to try to get some land on our own and do our own thing. And Mingo, he brings up a valid point, and I have to agree with him on this. There is land out there, but for who? We go out there without the protection of the judge and everything. Then we just got land and we can get ransacked and everything. So I understand both sides. So the protection is why he's working with the white folk, because with the judge, that's keeping Ridgeway out and anyone else legally. Now, if they do go out there and get a lot of land, white people could just come over there and the judge can be like, oh man, I can't do nothing for it because it's out of my jurisdiction. Ridgeway's in the room. He has young Homer over there writing up something for him. And you can tell Ridgeway's been in here drinking because he's stuttering. And Homer's like, hey man, say what you gonna say. So I'm using ink over here, sir. Got me messing up. Homer doesn't say that, but you know how it is. Like, hey, say what you gonna say. But he gets a knock on the door. Homer hands Ridgeway the gun. And when they open it up, it's the guy that was out there with the judge walking, talking about, I might be able to help you. Uh-oh, something fishy's going on. Some backdoor deals are about to happen. They're having another town hall meeting. And what they're doing here is she's actually talking about when we first got here, we remember it was cold outside. We had a young black woman come to us, but we were so scared to protect our lives. We didn't accept her, and she obviously didn't make it. So what they're saying is, when I look around, I see that same woman's face in all of you. We all gave you guys an opportunity to come in here and be safe and be free, get a job, work and live. So she's trying to say we need to keep expanding. And if someone does come to us as a runaway, as a fugitive, we bring them into our community and give them a better opportunity. Dun, dun, dun. I told you I'm going to get that sound effects. But we have the great debate. Mingo versus John. Now, they both have valid points. Mingo explains, I bought my family out of slavery. I worked hard. I bought them out one by one. I bought myself out. I bought my wife out. Bought my daughter. Now, we all know that we had to come from slavery to get what we are, but we had to work for this. Some people here, they don't understand that. They just ran away. They don't know a hard day's work. Their character isn't built for a Valentine farm. Now, on the other hand, John says, we all know that slavery exists and we know that it still exists now. But we need to have a safe haven here at Valentine Farm and bring in people that are going to help us grow, break that mold of slavery, give everyone a fair chance in the world. So what they're doing here is they're basically debating because they want to go on a vote. Are we going to be keep bringing people in, or are we going to just cut it off for only free people? Mingo also says white people aren't going to change overnight. And let me tell you, they ain't. This is what, let's just say 1860. What is it, 2021? It's a long ass night. Ain't shit changed, huh? But Mingo's saying these white folk, they ain't changing. So we have to work with them as much as we can. Not trust them, but work with them so we can benefit from it. Now, it may be how we're doing. We got deals and partnerships with the judge, but this is keeping us free and safe. We can't keep going against what the white folk want. At least let us establish something. Mingo called the judge. Remember, he told the judge and the investors to come out to Valentine Farm and see how organized that blacks can actually be. Now, when they come in here unannounced, everybody jumping up like, oh, white folk, what they doing up in here, boss? They looking at Mingo, and Mingo's like, hey, just chill. They came here to see how dignified we are, because what he's trying to do is, just like any company, you want to bring in outside investors. If they can pump money into your business, this will help you grow. So that's why he got these people coming in here. But the other people, they don't understand it. Like, hey, we're good with what we got. But Mingo's thinking on a larger scale with more free blacks here. You see what I'm saying? Both sides are going at it. John's trying to convince the black people we need to be able to stay strong, black community. Mingo's talking about, man, we've expanded. We're doing better than any other black community. We're taking steps in the future. We're building stuff that white folk, they gonna need. But while this is going on outside, we got Ridgeway and Homer pulling up to the land, and it look like Homer, he about business. You already know if he see Cora, he telling. If Ridgeway got this thing on his hip, he ready to shoot anybody that runs up. Oh my goodness, I hope it ain't no shootout here in Valentine. We know Ridgeway be hitting that bottle a little bit, so he goes over, he sees, oh, they got some wine down here? Okay, I might have to take some of this, you know what I'm saying? Homer, grab a bottle, put it in your pocket, don't you drink it, boy. Now, I don't agree with Mingo all the way, but he makes some very valid points. And what he's trying to tell the people is, I'm still a slave. I came from slavery. Just because I put on this fine suit every day doesn't mean these whip marks on my back disappear. I know the struggle, so don't get it confused. I'm not saying that I don't want people to be free and not be slaves anymore. What I'm saying is we got to work hard to progress and move forward. And I understand that because it's just like you working hard every single day. You getting up, you saving up money to move into a better community. It's not that you're against the black folk that we lived around. It's just I want to be in a better community, less noise, less crime. And that's all Mingo is saying. Like, if we can keep all of the people that we know in a close-knit family and we continue to progress, then it'll be better for all of us. But when we start bringing in runaways and stuff, we're going to start having bounty hunters come and look for them. That's just going to bring trouble to all of us. I'm not saying I don't want to help the slaves, but we got to look out for us. But there's something bigger going on behind the scenes. We seen Homer found Royal's house. Ridgeway goes over there, and now we start seeing all these white folks coming through the woods. So somebody made a backdoor play, and it was the judge assistants. I don't know what he did yet, but he did something. Oh my goodness, they done surrounded the church house, and it looks like it's about to go down. Here comes the climax. John, he's really in it. He's giving the business, talking about, I'd rather them burn this place down and we rebuild it 100 times before we get the power back to the white folk to take over Valentine and everything we work for. And everybody like, hell yeah. Because I know me personally, I'm hyped up like, shit, they burn it down, then fuck it. We got to do it again. Pardon my language. I try not to curse on these things, but man, we are in it. Boy, they tear it down, we'll build it right back. Because you ain't going to stop us from doing what we were going to do. I told you it was going down. Them white folk came in there shooting. I'm like, they came in shooting. Mingo caught one to the gut. Oh man, this is just looking bad, people. This is looking bad. This is the only thing I hate about shows like this, man. These black folk, they weren't doing nothing, just trying to figure out how to survive. They getting shot at. Men trying to save their wives. Go, go, go. They getting shot. Kids in the back room. They in there. Shots coming through the window. This is awful, man. This is awful. It's a slaughter. But one thing about this community in Valentine, we don't give up. You just heard John, if they burn it down 100 times, we're going to rebuild it. They come out with their rifles and they get to shooting too, because we're going to defend this land one way or another. We may be wrong in the face of the law, but we right in what we deserve in life. Even the judge is looking like, what the hell is going on? This isn't what he wanted. He was good with working with Mingo and the black people. So he's looking like, what's going on? And he's just in distraught. And the assistant said the reason for it is because Mingo said there's a whole farm of people like him. People like him, people. Black people that can read, write, and that are educated. Too many smart, intelligent black people is a fear to white men. You see it still to this day, how they try to oppress the education in our communities. But if you see too many educated black folk that can read and write and they won't put up with your BS because they understand what's written on this paper, that's what put fears in the white man's heart. And they came in here and cleaned these people out because they were intelligent. They actually had something good going on. That's just disgusting. That is just wrong, man. Even Ridgeway comes out and he's looking at it like, what are y'all doing? I'm here for a fugitive, someone that murdered somebody, a runaway slave, property. I know it's still bad, but I'm not just going to come into town and slaughter. So he's looking at it like, what in the hell? This ain't right. I know that's what Ridgeway is thinking. Now, my only thing is Homer's a young black man. He may get in some crossfire. Hey, get that little nigga boy. But man, they are running these people down and hunting them down, man. This is just when you think it's over, it's not. They start breaking into the windows. They got the front door. They firing off into the church. They ain't stopping until everybody's gone. Another town burned down. They ain't got nothing to say, people. Even Homer's looking at it like, what in the world is going on here? Now, Homer's young, so he may not understand anything as far as like what's going on here, but he is influenced by Ridgeway. Now, Homer, he does treat other blacks as blacks. He does respect them. I mean, Mac was trying to take out his boss, so that's why he killed him. But for him, he's seeing all these black people and kids getting killed for nothing, for being free. We know Homer's free. So, this is kind of hitting him in the heart. Like, what? This is what white folk really do? Now, these black folk, we know they smart. So what they did is unfortunate, but we had to do it. They take one of the bodies, somebody that's already dead, and they stand them up and they open up the door. So when the white people start shooting, they're shooting the body that's already dead. And with these damn guns that they got to shoot. Oh man, we got to reload. Put it in there. Pow. So while they're reloading, all of the being on the inside, they come outside with them things and we going at it. At this point, hey, it's life or death. And hey man, I'd rather die a free man than live a slave. Everyone's running out there. The women, the men, we taking back over our town. But unfortunately, what comes with this. Once it gets out that all these white folk are getting killed up here, it's a war with the blacks. Just gonna send in more whites. During all the commotion, Ridgeway somehow finds Cora. Ridgeway, get the wagon. Let's go. Our boy Royal didn't make it. Oh my goodness. Cora just leaving a trail. That's another man that Cora was involved with that got killed. Dang. Every state. Now they take Cora to the Underground Railroad. The one that they had to dig up? They take her over there because Ridgeway, he wants to figure all of this out. He's putting everything together. Not only is he finding Cora, he's trying to find Cora's mom, and he's trying to find where this railroad goes. He gave young Homer that gun, told him to stand guard. Now he's going down in this tunnel with Cora. He wants to see what's down there. Remember I told you the beginning scene where they were falling down this tunnel? This is the tunnel that I was talking about. And what happened is they're going down, which was a very, very dumb idea. He should have let Cora go down a little bit further, but Cora goes down first. And once they start going down, she grabs his back and pulls him. And then they both fall. Oh my goodness. And this is a long fall. I told y'all this is about 100, 200 feet. And it's not a rope against the wall. It's just a free flowing ladder going down. Ridgeway hits the ground. She lands on top of him and rolls over. So he took the brute force. That back is gone. That head hit that thing. It's over with. Good night. But Cora looks like she may have survived this. Now Homer, he crawls down there. Now I don't know how he got down there that fast with them little big legs. But Cora, she's up. You hear Ridgeway grunting. Oh man, he trying to shoot the gun at Cora, but the thing ain't working. I don't think Ridgeway gave him a loaded gun just for that reason. Like, yeah, you may try to shoot me, little man, but let's see. Now Cora's standing over him with a rock, and you hear Homer, no! Hey, shut the hell up, little boy. I'd let that thing, boy. I wouldn't even think twice. It wouldn't even been a hold up and think. It would have just been bow. Cora leaves Ridgeway and Homer down there. At first, it looked like she was about to hightail it, but she actually comes back to Valentine. She sees the young girl Molly, the one that was reading the Declaration of Independence when she first got to Indiana, and they start hugging. Because at this point, we don't know who's left. Now, you remember in the room, Homer was supposed to be writing for Ridgeway. Well, Ridgeway was drunk and couldn't get his words out. Now that he's laying down, he's like, Homer, write this down. I have some words. And to sum up what he's saying is, we all have our place in life. White men owning blacks, that's what we're supposed to do. Slave capture, like you and I, that's what we're supposed to do. We're not supposed to lift up lesser races. Now, while he's writing all this, Cora comes over with that gun, and it was actually loaded. It's just Homer ain't know what to do with that thing. And all you hear is a pop. Wow, they got "This is America. Don't let them catch you slipping, though." Homer's over here crying. Cora and Molly, they get on the little ride down the train track. Okay. There you go, episode 9, Indiana Winter. Now, this is a long one. This one was kind of a change of event. I wasn't expecting it. I know y'all probably weren't either. But let me know what y'all think about that episode. I'm J. Thanks for watching. If you like the content on the channel, hit the subscribe button, hit that like button. I'm out.
Jimmy on the beat, boy.